Okay, so I think, I'm not sure, but I've got a feeling we might be live. Anything on the screen? Yay, we're live. I can see something in the screen over there. Very, very, very nearly didn't make this stream tonight, which some of you may be glad of. And hopefully within a few seconds time, all of the haters will click on the dislike button, get it in quick. I want to see at least 8 dislikes on this stream tonight if I can. Although 8 viewers would be nice. Surrounded by beige boxes and other boxes at the moment. So that is the title of tonight's show. Should I be worried about beige boxes? And there is a simple answer to that. Yes, I should be very, very afraid of the beige boxes. Right, where do I start? News. Let's talk about news. Well, no, let's talk about what I've been doing today. Today has been a bit of a day, and I'm a little bit flustered because we've ridden this right up to the wire today. Basically, our car is dying. Kind of, not dying, but it needed to be replaced. It was getting a little bit small. We did the family shopping and what have you. It's got a tiny little boot. It was a little BMW 1 Series, and for a family car, it's not ideal. For a young kid, booting it around town with the stereo on full blast with the windows down in the middle of winter, absolutely fine. For a family, if we're going shopping and actually going somewhere and not having to worry about it breaking down or whatever, no, not so good. So today we went out and, well, I say I've been looking for a car for ages, seen one relatively local, nice little BMW 3 Series saloon. Not a new one, it's like 2007, it's an E90 shape. So went and had a look at it about 5 o'clock this evening, bought it, paid for it, got everything done by about 6:30. Then we had to rush over to go and pick up George from work, then get home, try and have something to eat, get the stuff ready for the stream, and then become live, as we kind of are now. So it's been pretty close to the wire. I think about 2 minutes ago I realised I didn't have my microphone plugged in, and I also decided I wanted to change the look of the camera slightly, so I changed the camera look, which you may or may not be able to see, but hey, what are you going to do? So I do apologise, I'm completely unprepared. This is going to be completely ad-libbed. I've got nothing planned, scripted or whatever, so good evening to all of you, if I haven't said that already. Did I say that already? Did I say good evening, Kath? Well, good evening if you're just good evening if you're just joining us. Kath says hello as well. Obviously you won't see her on camera unless I get something which is reflective so you can see her. I can't see anything reflective, so you won't be able to see her. I'll try and keep an eye on the chat tonight, but it's hard enough keeping my brain in one direction, let alone multiple directions. So what else what else has happened this week? So yeah, today actually, talking of the beige boxes, we had a look at this TV aerial, which was kind of what got my mind thinking that things that appear in beige boxes aren't always what you think they're going to be, or don't always work the way you think they're going to. Now it started off a couple of months back with this beige box. Actually, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Am I? No, carry on, whatever. What the hell? By the way, what's everyone drinking tonight? Because there's a cup of tea over there going cold, which I will be grabbing very shortly. But what's everyone drinking? Because I need a drink. I totally need a drink. You know, you get to that point sometimes where you've had a long day or things are just getting a bit much and you're like, I need a drink. You know what I mean? Have you been there? Definitely there to stay. Anyway, moving on. So, this is going to be the shape of things to come tonight. This is shot to pieces. I'm still in the middle. I'm going back a little bit now, back to the car thing. I only managed to get the car tax like a few minutes before 7. My car insurance company closed at 8 PM, just when I sat down to try and get them to change the details. So they don't open until 10 AM tomorrow morning. Now I've got to use the car before 10 AM tomorrow morning so Kath can get to work. So I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna have to get another insurance policy so I can be insured, so I'm legal to be on the road, and then try and cancel the other policy, and then that's gonna end up costing a fortune. Oh God. Why? Why do we do these things? Although to be fair, it is a nice car. And do you know what? I don't know whether it's standard or whether it's something that someone's added on later, but when you unlock the car, the door handles glow, so you can see where the door handles are. How cool is that? Don't know if that's a real thing or whether it's like a add-on. But anyway, the guy I bought the car from, he's a local trader. He's a really, really nice guy. And he said he might tune into the Tonight Show. So if you're watching, oh my God, I can't even remember what his name is now. Kath, can you remember what that? Yeah, R. Ahmed, who's who we made the money payable to. That could be his name. It might not be, I don't know. He might have an alias. But anyway, regardless, he was a really nice bloke to deal with, and he's helped us out. So he's put us on his insurance. Kath. Sorry, that cat's been driving us mad. We got this mangy, horrible cat called Daisy, and she's about 170, and she looks like she's been thrown down a well, and then kind of someone's plucked her. Like a chicken. You know what chickens look like at Christmas? For any vegetarians or vegans or whatever out there, I do apologise for this, but our cat looks like that. She suffers terribly with, like, I don't know, fleas or dust mites or some allergy, and you can't do nothing about her. Defleed her and everything. She's just constantly itching. I think it'd be she might have to go to the sleepy pool factory. Poor thing. Anyway, where was I? Oh God. Right, the car. No, talked about the car. Yeah, the Beige boxes. That was it. Thank you. No one reminded me. I just reminded myself. Right, this is how it all started. The warning of the Beige boxes. Now, ages ago, we bought this. This is for making your own medicine capsules. You know, like little tablets you take, like the things you get like paracetamol and stuff in, but Kath's quite a healthy person, or likes to try and be a healthy person, or tries to counteract the unhealthy things that she does by eating and taking health supplements. So we bought this capsule making thing. So you can put like 100 capsules in there, fill it with a powder, put the capsule on top, boom, smash, put them together, and you got capsules. Now, there's two sizes or more of capsules. There's two main ones. I think it's 00 and O. Obviously, of course it would be. So yeah, we saw this cheap. Buy and regret at your leisure. So yeah, we bought this, and basically it was the wrong size. It wasn't really clearly marked up, but again, it was the beige box getting its own back. So that was the first beige box that bit us. So what was the next beige box that bit us? Ah, yes, this one. Right, this is the Rock Jam microphone holder. Now, this actually, if you're a follower of us on Facebook and all that kind of other social media waffle, for people who've got too many words to say, this is a freebie. It was actually free on Amazon, totally free. You had a code, a voucher code that we put in the thing, and basically the company was giving them away. So if you wanted one, they're normally like £5 or $5 or something like that, but this was completely free. So it's not actually that bad. But I've got a microphone, which I did a review on ages ago, the 15 desk mic, which was rubbish on a desk, on a tripod, but on a boom, perfectamundo. So, I don't even know what I was doing with this. Oh yeah, I remember. So yeah, you get the idea, it's a boom. So you put your microphone on the end of there, and you pretend it's like Date After Dark and you're talking all deep and mysterious into the microphone. Next on the line, Dave from Downend. You get the idea. But the holder for the microphone is for like a normal microphone, you know, like the sort of thing that karaoke style. It doesn't fit the normal microphone, so I put the microphone in there and it just fell straight through from both sides. So yeah, so that didn't work out very well either. So, but it was free, so it didn't cost us anything. So So that was the second beige box to go wrong. Now there's 3 beige boxes left. That one worked out okay. That was the new fans for the Radeon RX 580. Now I was amazed, these come from AliExpress, which is like Alibaba and all those sort of Chinese wholesaler-y type things. Now I bought this, you lot probably remember it better than me. I bought this, I think about a week ago, if that. So when did I get the graphics card? That was last week, wasn't it? So yeah, literally, this took about a week to come from China. Which, in fact, I don't think it actually came from China in the end, because it says on there, Unit 4, Radius Park, Fags Road, Feltham, TW14 ONG.
OMG.
OMG. So I don't know what the deal is with that. So I've basically paid someone in China to send me this from the UK to myself. Very strange. If anybody knows, if anybody wants to look up Unit 4, Radius Park, TW14 0 N for Nathan, G for Golf, look it up and let me know in the comments where this has actually come from. I should have looked up already, but I didn't. But anyway, the fans came through, they were super cheap and they fitted exactly. The only downside was one of the cables didn't have kind of like, you know, that sort of shrink wrap you have on the side of cables, like black shrink wrap to kind of stealth the cables. It didn't have that, which sucked because you could see it from the side, but I tucked it in. And if you actually, after I've done this video, I will put links up over here. I don't even know where the camera's looking now. I'll put some links over there, and you can watch the video of me fitting the fans, and actually they are in that PC over by there, as our Welsh brethren would say, and the fans are actually super quiet. They're actually quieter than the original fan, for obvious reasons, but it's actually quieter than the 2 Arctic cooling fans I had on there, which were supposedly quiet fans. But those are smaller. TW14 ON something. ONG. So anyway, that worked out really well. It was super cheap and it came through super fast. So that was one of the better beige boxes of this week. Right, next one. So one of these beige boxes is actually going to be a live unboxing because this is a new thing.
That's CCL.
What?
It says CCL, Unit 4, Radius
Wow.
Park, Fags Road, Felton, Middlesex.
Okay guys and girls, this, the fans,
Although that says Unit 6.
which has, yeah, because it said CCL on the thing. I haven't ordered anything from CCL.
What unit number is it?
Unit 4.
That's CCL.
Wow. These fans came from CCL in the UK. Those
Beeps.
who stitched me up on the Gigabyte motherboard with the Steam vouchers. CCL, if you're watching. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, that one works out well. Now the next one, this was a stupid idea. I don't even know why I even thought about this. Well, I do, because I knew it wouldn't work, but I kind of wanted to make a video of it not working. So again, if you're a regular visitor to the channel, you will notice that this box I reviewed and I think I released the video today. So you may not have watched the video of this, so I don't really want to spoil it, but I will do anyway. So this in here is a indoor TV aerial from a company called Mercase. That's M-E-R and case as in case of beer. So anyway, that is it. So you get a massive mouse mat with a wire coming out of the bottom of it, which has got an amplifier and some F connectors to make it look like it's like modern. And this supposedly will give you Freeview HD in a 60-mile radius of any HD transmitter. Now, I set it up. I'll give it a good fighting chance. I tried it on the screen there, which is actually don't know if you can see that in the camera view now, can you? Can't see the screen. No, it's there. But anyway, there is a computer screen there, trust me. If you've watched the channel before, you'll know there's a screen there. I tried it on that telly and absolutely sod all. Nothing, nada, nicked, ninen, nothing. Absolute rubbish, so thought, right, could be the TV, because I've been having problems with HDMI and TVs and all that sort of malarkey. Took it upstairs, stuck it to the window like they suggested, and tried the same thing, and absolutely exactly the same. Absolutely nothing. 0 channels, 0 radio stations, just loads of zeros, nothing. It was rubbish. So if you're thinking about getting one of these, don't. Well, do, but don't. I'm sure in some places they work absolutely fine, but I think it's one of those places where essentially you could put a coat hanger, like an old metal coat hanger, in the back of the aerial socket and it'll pick up channels, which does actually work, because me and Kath tried that in Cardiff, didn't we? Put a TV on a desk with a coat hanger aerial in the back and it picked up pretty much most of the channels. Bizarre. Anyway, so that was that thing, which, oh, can you let the cat out, Kath? Yeah, going back to that, now the reason why I bought that and the reason why I bought this next item is because I found a website that does cheap stuff. Wow, it's windy out there tonight. Yeah, a website, basically, if you like shopping on the internet and you like buying kind of cheap tack like that, but some other stuff which is not quite so cheap tack and is actually pretty cool, there's a website called Vipon, or VIP On. So if you go to vipon.com, that's quite difficult to say, vipon.com, we'll put links in the description and all that sort of malarkey, and Kath will type it in now actually. Now we're not affiliates of them or anything like that, and although it'd be nice, we're not affiliates, but if you go there, there's some mad stuff there. Now I bought another mad item, which is this, which I'll be doing the live unboxing very shortly, but I bought that. What else did I buy, Kath? Oh, that's what else I bought. This was another thing which wasn't a beige box, which was actually pretty cool, which is that. Now this is completely irrelevant to a tech channel, because this is the heat-powered stove fan TTM1 from a company called Yumi. Yeah, Yumi, that was it. And that was supposed to be who that was made by as well, because that was labelled as Yumi, but it came through as Mirrorcase. So I'm totally confused. But essentially, if you've got a stove or wood burner or whatever in your house, like a metal thing like we've got over there, which you can't see, but don't worry. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, Kath can pass it over. So you put it on top of your stove, your wood burner, or your heat source, and it uses the power of technology and science to make the fan spin. Science, yo! So, without me being too kind of dumb, essentially you've got 2 electrodes on the bottom, which the heat rises up. There's a Peltier in there, which is like a device which converts heat or cold into electricity, and it provides a very small current to make the fan blades spin. Now because the blades are spinning and forcing air out, because the heat from the top of the thing, wood burner, fire, stroke stove, is there, so normally the heat would radiate out a little bit and then just rise because heat rises. Whereas with this, it's getting a little bit of a push, so it increases the heating into the middle of your room. Pretty cool. Now these normally on kind of like eco sites and even on Amazon and stuff like that, they make these gullible people pay up to like 25 quid for this sort of thing, which for 25 quid, I'd rather just buy a fan heater. And yeah, and other stuff like that. It's just like, let's all go and take a dump in the woods kind of thing. It's ridiculous. But with the massive discount from Vipon, which was I think 50%, this is like £9.20 including shipping, with next day I think that was as well. Can't remember, was it next day, Kath, or was it day after? It might have been 2 day shipping, but basically it's Amazon free shipping. So if you buy stuff from Amazon anyway, or you just want to look at cheap tack to fill your friends and family's Christmas stockings with, go to Vipon and buy some of this stuff, because like, yeah, granted the TV aerial, that was a stupid thing to buy. Again, it might work in someone else's house, but ain't getting nothing going on here. But this little thing's pretty damn cool. For £9, I've never seen them as cheap as that. The next cheapest I've seen ever for these was, I think, £14.99 at Aldi or Lidl. They had them on a special, but you know what it's like with those specials, when they got things like that on cheap, you get all the kind of Green Brigade going out there in their wellies and sandals and what have you and buying them up. So we had no chance. So for £9.20, awesome, absolutely impressed. And I was actually so impressed that I made a video showing how to do it. I even lit the fire and everything, and it was like a really long-winded video, which I decided, rather than using my trusty microphone, my Boya BYM1 microphone, which is brilliant, I do love it. I decided to use the bloody, what's the other brand? Rode. My Rode video mic, the plug-on like shotgun thing, and the audio was absolutely awful, and I couldn't get it to go anywhere near what I would call broadcast or YouTube quality. It was shit. Let's not beat around the bush. It was manure, as they say. So basically, no, you won't ever see the video for that. I might redo it, but we need to get the chimney swept. So I'm going to buy some chimney sweeping equipment. I'm going to sweep my own chimney.
Mary Poppins.
It could be like, yeah, I might do a Mary Poppins for Christmas. Mike's son chimney, but and no, I can't think of a funny thing to go along with that. So yeah, basically that was it. So if you want one of those, go to Vpon, look them up. It's just look at stove, I think I typed in, or fan, and just come along with that. Like £9.20, what do you reckon? Pretty good? What are they saying in the comments? Can't have anything? Or they've all gone to sleep? Come on, you lot, wake up.
Angel wants to make us. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, Angel, our daughter, Angel Churchill, and who's in the comments. There was a cool little thing she wanted for Christmas, which we'll probably forget about, not get. No, we will. We probably will. So yeah, that was
Nice.
yeah, that's what I'm coming on to. Oh, actually, another thing this week, which wasn't bad, which was good, and I actually really did enjoy doing, which I didn't think I would. Now this is a weird one. Again, I apologise for those of you that watched the video this week already. I apologise in advance, but this actually is pretty good. This is a dash cam. Now, I'd imagine there's quite a few of you out there, if not all of you, whose eyes have just glazed over, and you're like looking around for like drugs or beer or something just to take away the pain and monotony of this. But if you're a driver of a car, a van, a truck, if you've never had a dash cam, you do not realise how cool or what a feeling of reassurance they actually give you in a weird way. And it's just, I find it really hard to describe it or to work out why I felt like it. But it was kind of like a safety blanket almost, so that, you know what it's like if you're driving around, and you know at some point or other you're going to have an accident and you're going to knock something, whether you knock your car, you damage your car, or you go into someone else, or someone goes into you, or someone steps out in the road, or something's going to happen, isn't it? You know that at some point some shit's going to go down and everyone's going to be like, well, it was you, you're a bad person. Yeah, probably am, but it wasn't my fault. The reason, this will prove your innocence or guilt in some cases, and also makes you drive a bit more courteously, I think. And for me, having a BMW, I need all the help I can get, because people think that BMW drivers are complete dicks. Now, I've made an effort for as long as I've owned a BMW, which has been probably getting on 10 years or so now, that I always try and let people have junctions, let people cross the road. If I see someone pushing a pram or anything like that, I'll just pull up, stop, go on, please cross the road. Your time's far more important than mine. You just go ahead. Yeah, even if they don't want to go across the road, it's like, just get across the road. I'm not moving from this spot until you cross that damn road. And if you have to go back again after, that's fine, I don't care. But you're crossing that road. Twice, possibly. But anyway, I'm digressing. But yeah, the feeling of having someone there in your car, or something there in your car, which can't be influenced, can't be swayed, and you know what they say, the pictures don't lie. And in this case, the video doesn't lie. And this actual kit was £40, or just under, a shade under £40, but it actually came with a reversing camera as well, which it records front and rear at the same time, but if you don't want to install it, you don't have to. Now, for the people that are kind of a bit into their gadgets and like this sort of stuff, you can wire it into your reverse light, so that when your reverse light comes on, the camera kicks in and it switches the display to reverse, which I think is brilliant, so you can see what you're doing. So if you're rubbish at reversing, like I am anyway, then this is a godsend, because you don't have the beep, 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 all that stuff. You can just like casually look in your thing like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that'll do. Dunk. But no, you won't have to dunk. There'll be no more dunking, because you'll see what's behind you. And the thing is, with the rear view sensors, or sorry, the rear parking sensors, the ones that bleep, there's like 4 sensors on the back. So there's probably 2 in the outside edge, 2 in the middle. Now, if there's like a bollard in the middle of those things, chances are you're going to hit that way before it goes beep, in which case you'll be going beep, because all the language you'll be using. So definitely, like, if you're looking at getting a present for someone, like, I don't know, say you're a younger person, you're looking for something to get your, like, your mum or your dad or your older sister, brother, whatever, get them one of these. They're absolutely brilliant. And also, it's actually quite good fun, because Angel came round the other day and I had the SD card that I took out of the camera and I was just playing it on a loop on there. And it was brilliant. It was like, we were just watching it, both of us, like idiots, like just watching driving. And funny enough, there are actually entire channels on YouTube, believe it or not, of just dash cam footage, and that's all they do. And it's really engrossing to watch. So anyway, I'm digressing, I'm going far too much. But if I like a product and I think it's brilliant, I will say so and I will tell people about it. And in this case, this is actually a good one. I would show you what it's like, but I can't because it's inside the car. So, well, actually, technically it's in the boot of the car, because we literally threw everything out of our old car into the new car and then drove away. So I haven't set up yet. But I am going to do another video on this now, actually putting the camera into the car and the rear view camera and all that, and we'll do the whole that proper video. We'll do it how it should have been done. And I won't be such a bloody amateur. Well, I probably will be, but it'll just take longer. Anyway, Kath's pointing at me to do something.
Just look at your chat.
I've got to look at my chat, apparently.
It's not that.
Okay. Actually, that gives me a chance. So, actually, I haven't heard. That is a plastic glass. Calf.
Ex-husband.
Oh my god. Right, let's look at the chat. So how is everybody? I can't believe that I just did almost like a half an hour monologue there without stopping. Oh dear. Right, how do I get this chat to work? Now my eyes are going a bit squiffy. Right, pop out chat. Who we got in with us tonight anyway, Kath? We have Angel. Yeah, actually tell us who's in alphabetically.
Guitar Pro.
So we got Angel. Oh, there's quite a few. Angel Churchill's in the house. Guitar Prog Rock. Oh yeah. Paul Donaldson. Hello.
You missed him last week.
Paul Donaldson. He bought himself a Raspberry Pi plus a Mac Mini for less than £100. You bastard. That's cool. Guitar Prog Rock's drinking water, the best I can afford. Oh no, that's terrible. Angel has a mojito. Wow.
Tell me she was getting her haircut.
Right, okay. Drinking Lost Lager by Brewdog. Okay, so anything. What was the Kath's point said, like.
No, just you should look at it.
Oh, so I was looking at Vipon. Mike, you having a beer? Yes, I am. I certainly am. Chimmy. Jim Jiminy, Jim Gingeroo. I'm not gonna, no. I can't remember the rest of it actually, otherwise I probably would have done. Plastic glass, oh my days. Plastic glass is better than glass plastic. That's really messing with my brain. It has been a long day, to be fair. Beer in a plastic glass is wrong. See, that is back when I was a younger person and I had a full head of hair and I was carefree and stuff. I remember going down to the park with a plastic 2-litre bottle of Stella and getting wrecked. And we used to quite often do that. But if it's ice cold, if it's in plastic, it's not too bad. But as it warms up when it's in the plastic, ooh, not good. He's my Uber husband. Paul Donaldson, any good tech news? Beer should be drank straight from the bottle. Yeah. If it's cold enough, yes, definitely. I think that's the trouble, because we used to have ice with everything. Pretty much everything we drank, we put ice in. So we ended up putting whatever we drank into a glass, regardless. Even if it was like, oh, it's always a pint glass, wasn't it? We always had a pint glass and filled it up, and then loads of ice. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it's a bit burpy. Any good tech news? Right, okay, tech news. Right, tech news. Well, actually not really tech news, but tech facts. Real actual facts. Well, as far as I can remember them from listening to it last night. How many people would you say are active Facebook members in the world? Now, I'll give you a couple of seconds. I'm going to pack some of this away. I'll give you a couple of seconds to put your answers in the chat box. How many people do you think are active daily users? So I should have clarified that. So active daily users on Facebook. Give me a rough ballpark figure, and then we'll discuss, because this is going to blow your freaking mind. It blew my mind, and I was trying to go to sleep. Oh, and Paul, we're talking about Black Friday as well. At least I'll be trying to. So how many have we? Paul Donaldson, 1.5 billion. Okay, that's a reasonable guess. Guitar Prog Rock, no idea. I haven't used Facebook in 5 years. Wow. Were you an active Facebook member though? Guitar Prog Rock. Were you kind of on it all the day? Were you like a real social media kind of person? Did you always be on it? Were you constantly on it? So Angel says 6 billion. Now I should have probably started this question with a slight preface of how many billion people are there actually in the world to start with, which might make it a little bit fairer. Anybody got an idea roughly how many billion people on this planet? This blue and green little marble that we're all on? Joking, maybe 1 million. Paul Donaldson, 7.5 billion. Okay, so yeah, there's different people here, there, and everywhere, but anywhere between 7.5 billion to 8 billion is kind of the guesstimate of how many people, actual living people on this planet. Now that includes kind of what they guesstimate to be people who live out in the bush, people in the kind of tropical rainforests and all that kind of stuff. So round about 7.5 to 8 billion people on this planet. Now, how many do you think of those 8 billion, for argument's sake, how many do you think are active Facebook users? Now take into account, obviously, there's a lot of places in the world where you can't get the internet. Even kind of Facebook are trying to put satellites and those blimps with Wi-Fi floating around so people can get connected. That's how much they want people to be completely connected. So let's see.
7.5 billion.
Okay, right. This will shock you. Facebook estimate that slightly over 3.5 billion active daily users. Now I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to let that take in what I've just said. So listen to what I'm saying. 3.5 billion daily active users.
That's 7.5 billion.
So that is virtually half of the population of the world that are using Facebook daily. That blows my mind. There is no other thing, I can't think of anything else in the world that gets used as much as that on a daily basis, apart from probably air and water and like electricity. That is mind-blowing. The amount of reach that Facebook have got into the lives of everybody in the world. So basically 1 in 2 people. So if you're in a room with 4 people, you can guarantee that 2 of them are going to be on Facebook pretty much. Unless you're kind of in like an insane asylum. Well, actually, no, they're probably more likely to be on it. But anyway, you get what I mean. So now taking it down a little bit further, in America, it's exactly the same. So America's population is around about 3 billion. And in America, they've got the same figures. It's like 1.7 billion daily active users. It is insane. So Facebook is gearing up now. Now they've got their spread. The next thing they're doing, which they've started doing already, now this is going on to technology news, Facebook now are recruiting content creators. So people like me, people like you that are watching, people who consume content. So they're moving away now from the kind of messages and instant messenger and all that sort of stuff. Now they are actively looking to pursue content. So that puts them in a position now that if they're reaching 1 in every 2 people on the planet, the power they have available to them, and also the power that would be available to potentially us as creators, is mad. They have a much bigger reach than YouTube, which you would think is in pretty much most people's lives in some way, shape or form. But Facebook is even further. So what do you think about that? To me, I don't know what they're planning, but Facebook, if they're going to do something, they've got the money, they've got the reach, and they've certainly got the users, so chances are they can do anything. I need a drink. Lots of what's that? Lots of UFO reports coming soon. I like UFO reports. I'm actually a big believer in UFOs and all that kind of fringe stuff. 80s horror fans in. And Ross. Who's Ross? Oh, that's an 80s horror fan, isn't it?
What is that?
Oh dear.
His name is Ross. Ask if his name is Ross.
Have you seen the John Carpenter 4K stuff coming out? No, I haven't. But anything by Carpenter is generally a good thing, I would presume. So, tech news. What else we got? Tech news. Tech news. What else was I saying about CAF last night? Well, actually, no. Here's a general knowledge question, which is not, well, it is kind of technology related. The reason behind it is to do with technology. But do you know why airports have a X in them? So, obvious example, LAX, which is Los Angeles Airport. Most airports around the world, you get kind of their digits. So, like Bristol, for instance, BRS. What was the other one? There is, I think, Portland in America. I think Portland is PDX. You American people, if you're watching, you better let me know if I'm right on that. I think I might be. I'm not sure. Is anybody answering the question? Paul Donaldson, the problem with Facebook is young people not signing up or walking away, or potentially millions and millions of Russian people having 2 or 3 different accounts. and affecting elections, possibly, potentially, allegedly. Facebook sponsored by Skynet. Whoa, hang on. Let's hold that. What is he doing? That is George. George has come in the room.
I've just
What?
done a
Where?
pie chart of George on the YouTube screen.
George is on the pie chart now of being on live stream, so.
Where's the camera?
It's there, you Wally.
But it's not facing at me.
No.
You're like...
They can hear you though.
Yeah, I know. But you're like... That's me entering the room.
Second
Anyway, I digress. So I just noticed something there that I saw. Guitar prog rock. I've seen UFOs and I have a few accounts of missing time. Now that is actually very, very interesting. I am massively, massively into that fringe stuff. Most nights I listen to either Dave Schrader on Beyond the Darkness. I listen to, what's his name? Oh, can't think of his name, right? Jimmy Church on Jimmy Church Radio, which is, George dropped something, which I listen to most nights. George Norrie on Coast to Coast AM. So to a lot of English people, those radio stations I just mentioned, they'd have no meaning whatsoever. But to most American people, I think a lot of people know what those channels are. But guitar prog rock, we're definitely going to have a chat about it at some time. What was I saying? I like the idea of UFOs. I actually like the idea of UFOs. I actually quite like the idea that the technology that we're using today are all kind of spin-offs from recovered spacecraft or technology from years ago, especially things like Roswell and all those other kind of crashes.
I like E.T.
Kath likes E.T., so not really what we're talking about, but and if anyone can tell me in the comments why is E.T. so short?
What's E.T. short?
Oh yeah, what is? Oh, I ruined my own joke. Oh damn it! Shame we ain't got a DVR on here. I could have rewound that and done it properly. And clapperboard, second take. I think I'm just gonna yeah. Going back to Skynet actually, and technology. Definitely. I'm pretty sure any of you that are watching at the moment or going to be watching this in a later edition, you've been talking in your house, or you've been talking and around your phone or devices, and say for instance you've said, oh I really fancy some chocolate cake, and then the conversation's gone on for a little bit, and then you go over to your computer and you're on Facebook or Google or whatever, and on the side in the advertising thing there's, do you fancy cake? There's some guy like eating chocolate cake. It's like, what the hell?
He looks like a dickhead.
Thanks for that, George. Anyway, moving on. So it's happened to us all. What was I doing the other day? What were we talking about, Kath? And I saw it. And it came up on the advert. I said, oh, they're listening again.
Was it mouse traps or something?
It was something like that, wasn't it? Oh, the chimney stuff. Yesterday we were talking about getting the chimney swept, and I was actually on the phone talking to someone, getting it booked in. I went over onto the computer, and there was a chimney sweep advert on the side. It's like, really? Are you going to be that blatant? Normally it takes at least a couple of hours or maybe the next day, but now they're like, boom, straight on it. Big Brother is listening. Yeah. They're bastards, aren't they? Why? You think, though, it's so easy to do, because at the moment, there's probably at least 2 or 3 devices in this room which are listening, which is the iPhone, my Android, and the Surface, because Cortana is listening. She probably didn't, because she don't work. And Google's got good hearing, because Google Home is in the other room, and that still listens to everything I say. So everything knows what's going on. It's ridiculous. Right, what was I going to say? Black Friday. So Black Friday, what are we all wanting for Black Friday? Now, in the perfect world, it would be really nice to see. Oh, Kath's just saying Black Friday is the 23rd of November, which ironically is exactly the same day as my MOT run out on my old car. Sad days. So Black Friday, 23rd of November. What are you looking to get on Black Friday? Are you holding back any purchases at the moment, or are you kind of waiting? I've got to be honest with you, I am. I've still got that bloody gigabyte motherboard, the AX370 DS3H, whatever it was, and I'm still like, I want to build something, but I still don't know what. So maybe Black Friday is going to be the deciding point to see what actually is reduced, to see if I can get anything. I've noticed RAM prices have started coming down even more so now. Now, previously, I'd say probably in sort of May, June, July time this year, we were looking at maybe £60 for the real kind of budget low end 8 gig sticks of DDR RAM, 2400, 2133. As of yesterday in the UK, they were doing Corsair RGB RAM. No, was it RGB? No, Corsair's LED RAM, you know, the white sticks with the heat spreaders. That was £119 for 16 gigs. So that equates to roughly the same £60 per 8 gigs. Thinking is hard. So prices are coming down. From what we can tell, DDR5 is going to be kind of peering around the corner very shortly. It's kind of integrating with servers at the moment. So it won't be long until DDR5 becomes relatively mainstream, I would say within a year at least. So that only gives a year for the manufacturers to kind of get rid of any stocks of DDR4, or at least reduce it until it kind of goes off the boil. So it'd be interesting to see. I think within the next 2 to 3 months, I could see RAM prices going back to maybe as low as £40 for 8 gigs for generic, which I think would be a fair price, because about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you'd be looking at £30, but taking into account extra manufacturing costs, all the extra things, inflation, etc., I would say around about £40 or $45 thereabouts for 8 gigs of DDR would seem reasonable. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to check them out. Glenn's late again. Come on, Glenn. Actually, I shouldn't tap my watch because this thing's giving up the ghost now and I might kill it off completely. RAM costs too much. Yes, it does. DDR5 will be around the time that AMD retires the AM4 socket. Yeah, that's actually not a bad shout, because AM4 socket they set up to, what, 2020? So we're almost 2019, so arguably about a year's time. So yeah, I would pretty much agree with that. It's it would be nice to see. I think because DDR5 is going to be predominantly aimed in server market space to begin with, it'll be interesting to see whether they do manage to integrate it to the existing kind of North bridges and chipsets, whether it can be, or whether it is a massive jump between DDR3 and 4, whether or not the voltages will be similar. Who knows? Until we actually see it, it's speculation. Tech news. Hackers publish 81,000 private Facebook conversations. Now, I actually did see that before we started broadcasting, and I was thinking to myself, is that as scandalous as they want you to think? And it seems odd that Facebook, being now this kind of mighty Goliath, or whatever the word is, Goliath? Monolith. Let's say monolith. This massive conglomerate company that is Facebook, now that they've come out with that information of how many people they're actually using their service on a regular basis and the power they have, and also the fact that their revenues are up, their operating costs are up as well, but their revenues are up as well, which people didn't expect, especially after they've had a really shitty year when it comes to security and all the things that have been going on the Facebook platform. Most analysts expected Facebook to either flatline or drop. But for them to actually come out of the gate with actually a pretty good turnout in terms of revenue and user base, well, I think it's a big shock. So I would argue, and I would expect in the next week to maybe towards the run up to the end of the year, there will be a lot of people trying to smear Facebook's name because they really weren't expecting that to happen. And if you're a shareholder in any way, shape or form, or you've betted against them doing well, as a lot of the kind of future stocks do, you're going to try and do everything you can to get back that money, because that was almost a dead cert that they were going to go down, but they didn't. So there's probably going to be a lot of unhappy businessmen right there who would love to see Facebook take a tumble. So I think there'll be a lot more of that news coming out.
I bet he does some more tech news. Anyone who's bought a phone this year, how happy are you that the phones will have 5G next year?
Actually, yeah, that's Paul Donaldson. That is actually a very good, a very relevant comment. Now the phones, Samsung have actually been screwed over because somebody else other than them brought out a 5G phone to the market before anyone else, and no one actually saw that coming really. It just boom appeared. Oh, 5G phone, great. Well, no carriers as of yet, no real support. So is it a good thing to have? I suppose it's always nice to be first, but 5G, I've only in the last probably, how long have I been with ID Mobile now? 3 months, 4 months?
5, 6.
I've probably only had a 4G SIM now for probably about 6 months. So I'm generally slightly behind the curve anyway, because that's the cheaper place to be. But 5G, is it a necessary thing? 4G for me actually seems really fast. I don't use a great deal of data on my phone. Mostly it's just quick website things or Facebook posts or that kind of thing. Whether or not it would do streaming and stuff, I don't know. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. But what does 5G bring to the table now? It's all these incremental jumps. There was a massive jump from kind of like the HSPA or whatever it was up to GPRS, and then from GPRS to 3G. But it seems now it's like processors and memory and all the graphics cards. It's all kind of like, although it is a big jump in technology, it isn't a big jump in kind of the real world user experience. So it's not like, wow, that's quick. Like when you go from a hard disk to an SSD, and the first time you boot up Windows, and you're like, holy shit, that's like 3 seconds to boot up. At least until you get a load of Windows bloatware on there, and it still takes a minute. But you know what I mean? It's I think they're just innovating well, they're not even innovating, are they? They're just upgrading or rehashing stuff. I don't know. There hasn't been anything out there really to get me that genuinely excited about a technology in quite a long time, which is pretty sad, because that is what I do, and that is what I enjoy. That's what I thrive on, all these new things coming out. I can't necessarily afford them, I don't necessarily want them, but I like to see it happening.
It's like big automation and it's coming to a
Yeah.
standstill.
Like Kath's just saying now, home automation. What happened there? It's like boom, exploded onto the screens and into the computers and into our houses and into our lives, and it's just like gone. Ugh. They're like, what else can you do? How can you improve the little kind of home help devices, the A word and the G word? It's like, what else can you do? Yeah, great, you can get it to turn the lights on and off. You can turn your heating up and down and what have you, but what is going to be that next big push that people say, I need that in my house, or I need that in my life? One for me is the door lock, the Wi-Fi door lock. But also it gives me the shits, because I think if I accidentally press the button when I'm out and I've got the phone in my pocket and I accidentally Wi-Fi unlock the door, it's like, oh my God.
Or people know you're out or in.
It's good if you're driving down the road and you're like, oh damn, did I lock the door? Because I'm forever doing that. Come on, you got to admit, there's got to be at least a few of you out there who have done that. You know you've locked the door because you've done it 1,000 times. You've left the house, you've got in the car, you're halfway down the road, or you're just getting onto the freeway or motorway or whatever, and you're like, damn, did I lock the door? and that just bugs you and it gets to you, and it really is like, I need to get home to check the door, or when's someone going to be home so they can verify that it's closed, or whatever, you know. That for me is quite a big one. The Wi-Fi door lock, that is something which actually does get me relatively excited.
Yeah, blind shutter.
Oh, and that's the other one, yeah, Kath just said. One of those motors that closes the blinds. Now there is one that's out, but it's really expensive and only fits a certain amount of blinds. But something which can motorised kind of open and close the shutters on my blinds, so that we get to kind of enjoy the warmth from the sun in the rooms as much as possible, especially in the winter months. It'd be great to have the blinds gradually open as it kind of goes like 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning until the sun comes out. That would be awesome. But it's not here. It's not ready. We're not ready for that yet. And also, I suppose it's not a big enough thing, because I can't imagine there's a massive amount of people going, I wish my blinds would open themselves in the morning, because most people are like quite cool and was actually just get up and go. But hey ho. Yeah. Paul was saying a good thing there actually, that the problem is with tech companies that they're bringing too much product, but there's no content. Now, I would argue that is the same for pretty much everything at the moment. It's like, I was having this discussion earlier with the guy I bought the car from, actually, funny enough. He was saying that he's going to sit down tonight and watch some TV, but he didn't know what to watch. And he likes watching kind of fighting films or martial arts or whatever it is. I said to him, well, if you got a PC, you could try TTV. And he said, oh no, what's that? It's like, it's kind of like a Kodi type thing. He's like, oh no, I don't know, what's it all about? And I'm saying, well, it's a streaming service, but it's free. It's dodgy, but it's kind of, well, whatever. Kind of like, you play the films, you take the risk. It's entirely up to you. But chances are, realistically, you're going to get a slap on the wrist if you get caught. Then you stop doing it. That's what most people would do. Even Virgin Media sent out letters to people who were violating it as a service. And they said, like, here's a letter. We will only send you 3 of these letters before we disconnect you. It's like, really? Anyway, so I was saying the service, it's not perfect, and some of the streams aren't brilliant. They're like sometimes 480p, 720p. But at the end of the day, it's like anything. Most people, if it's good content, they'll watch it regardless of what quality it is. Look at the Blair Witch Project. Shot pretty much in black and white, or black and green, because it is on a night vision camera. Most of that film was shot in the dark, shaky footage, but it was brilliant. It was gripping, and you watched it because it was terrifying. It was good cinematography. Despite the fact it was low resolution and looked like crap, it sucked you in and you wanted to watch more. So yeah, that's basically the point I'm getting to. Content is king. Everyone keeps on banging on about that on YouTube and TV, wherever you look. That is the thing. Content is king. If you've got content, it doesn't matter what it looks like, because people will watch it for the content. And that is very true. Very true. So yeah, it's nice to have a 4K TV. It's nice to have an 8K TV. It's nice to have 1440p resolution on your desktop.
Nice to have aerial work.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have an aerial that works up and actually got anything more than snow. But that's what I'm saying. As long as the content is watchable, usable, people will do it. I've still got 1080p monitors and I'm still more than happy with them. Yeah, I'd like a bigger monitor, but why? I can't see in 4K. The human eye will not see in 4K. And anything over kind of, I think it's about 350 dots per inch, you cannot differentiate any more than that anyway, which is why Apple designed the Retina display, because it is that kind of perfect sweet spot. Any more than 350 dots per inch, your eye doesn't really notice it. It's just there just for its numbers, just numbers. And who cares about numbers? All I care about is quality and what I can actually physically see. And realistically, most people who are into technology, who can afford to buy this stuff, their eyesight's shot anyway. So without wearing glasses, you can't see shit anyway. So you could have a bloody 720p footage and it's just like, oh yeah, that's crisp, man. I like that. That's really good. And everyone else, all the younger kids around there are like, what? That shit. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm digress. let's have a look at some questions before. So I'm gonna have a quick drink. So actually, Catherine, sweetheart, could I have a refill, please? It's not Harvesters, is it? Okay. Oh, Blackout's in the house as well. Hi, Blackout.
I'm MB. Never seen an MB.
And MB. Hello, MB. Right, now while Cap's getting me a drink and I've just got off of my high horse. Okay, you've seen this t-shirt before, right? You've seen the logo and you've seen the mug, which Angel bought me. Thanks, Angel. Kath and I, me and Kath, Mikesunboxing, the team, we have just started up a kind of like a merch store, I think. Kath, would you call it a merch store? It's not, it's a t-shirt. It's basically for selling a t-shirt. So if you're interested and if you're really bored or if you want to help support the channel and you want to get a t-shirt for a man, a woman, a child, whatever, all shapes, all sizes catered for, go to www.mikesunboxing.tmill.com. That's Teemill. Now, I'll get Kath when she's finished pouring the beer to stick it in the chat comments. You can check them out. There's a couple of t-shirts. Now, if you want this one, this is the OG, the original unboxing t-shirt. So you can get one of these. There's a couple of new designs we've done. But also, that's what I'm looking for you guys to do as well. As part of the channel and as kind of commentators or whatever the word is, have a think about it. I want some designs to be put into our t-shirts, which I will wear during the shows and the videos. Just something which is kind of almost like a personal thing between us all, that we all kind of talk about, or that we know about, something that we mention, or a reoccurring topic, or even just a quirky thing that you've noticed me say that I haven't noticed, that I say all the time, that I can put into a slogan to put on some t-shirts. But send me some information, send me some emails or whatever, Facebook message, Discord, whatever it may be. Let me know and give me some designs for t-shirts and then we'll try and get some made up. And also again, if you want to help support the channel and support me and Kath, because we are in need of support, go to www.mikesunboxing.tmill.com and you can check out the t-shirts that we got. Now I would show you them on the screen, which is there, but because I've decided to change the camera angle, you can't see the screen, so first world problems, eh? But anyway, Kath's just put it in the links below. Oh, Blackout, I've just looked down and seen that comment. It's kind of like just beaming at me. Hey man, loving the videos lately. Well, thank you very much. Oh yeah, Paul Donaldson, Mike sent you a t-shirt, I did. Really good quality, yeah they are. And to be honest with you, they need to be because my weight goes up and down like a yo-yo. Mostly up, less of the down. So these t-shirts need to be a bit stretchy and a little bit well fitted, so what do you reckon? It's alright though, isn't it? It's good? Do you like it? Mike's Unboxing. Now the original OG t-shirt does say Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. The newer versions, and there's a baseball t-shirt as well, you know, the ones with black sleeves and the white bit, that just got the logo Mike's Unboxing. So we tried to make them a little bit different, but I quite like them, they're pretty cool. I'm gonna get some more, I'm gonna get some samples sent through, but if you wanna help the channel, go buy some. Defo go buy the nasty stuff the guy commented. Yes. Go with the nasty. I'm not saying, Angel, I'm not saying what you've told me to say because Gran will get pissed off and they're visiting tomorrow. I don't want to be going down that route, so, all right? Sorry, this is a little conversation between me and my daughter right now. So I'm sorry to bring you all into this, but unfortunately, it's the only time we get to see her. Through this, the lens. So sad, so sad.
She did come in quickly to print.
She did come in the other day to print something off, but I think that's usual for teenage kids, isn't it? Just come back to your house to print off stuff or to borrow money or to get something from their room that they haven't taken already.
And bring back a little makeup bag.
Oh yeah, and bring back some rubbish. Anyway, I'm not saying hello to Pat. There, we're done. Stop hassling me. See, that's how easy it is to like roll me over. Dad, can I have some money? No. Dad, can I have some money? No. Dad, can I have some money? No. Dad, can I have some money? Yeah. How much do you want? Yeah. Damn it. Okay, right. We've talked about all this rubbish on the desk that you can see. Although, actually, that wasn't rubbish. The Gear Go camera. Did I mention how good that Gear Go camera was? And I really enjoyed making the video on that because there was, at the end of our street, there's kind of like a little community centre, and it must have been like the old boys' day out, like the old war veterans. So they were trying to cross the road, so I kind of like, normally, I could be completely honest, I would have probably just zoomed past. But because I was recording the footage for the video, I thought to myself, yes, that's a good way of getting some brownie points. I will stop for the veterans. So it's like, give them ample room. Please, veterans, cross the road. Thank you for serving. All that kind of stuff. Let them get across all the way across the road, and then start moving up the path before I start to proceed, so as not to startle the old fellas. That was my good deed for the day. I felt really happy about that after. It's like, I got it on video forever now, so I can go to my YouTube video, type in Gear Go, and I can watch those old fellows, even when they've passed away and shuffled off of this mortal plane. I can still watch them shuffling across the road. Bless. But in all seriousness, we've got kind of a Poppy Day and all that stuff going on. Remembrance. And a lot of people died, and it's a bad thing. And Cal's making me laugh now, so I'm going to stop talking. Blackout's just wondering what mic I use because it sounds great. Angel, such a lie. Oh, that's about... What about Angel's Nan's words of wisdom on a t-shirt? Yeah, that'll be... Oh, I'm going to get myself into some trouble now. Brace yourselves. Right, what does Kath's mum say? What would be her phrases? Don't tell them anything. No, don't let them know anything. That'll be one. Yeah, that's actually not bad. We could put that on a t-shirt. Don't let them know anything. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. What else is there? No, I can't think of anything. Anyway, right. Before I get too late in the evening and people start getting bored. Oh, Blackout, yeah, back to the mic. Sorry, yeah, it's a Boya BY-M1. It's like £15 on Amazon. There's a cord on it. I did a video review, you can check it out, but that was back when my videos were even worse, if that is possible. It's got a massively long cable on it. So my camera is there. So the cable's going out of the camera, all the way down the table, all the way around here, and I've got loads of flex, and I can walk around. It's got about a 7-meter cable on it, it's ridiculous. But it's also got a little preamp with a battery inside it, so you can use it in camera mode, or you can use it on a smartphone, or turn it off. So when it's in smartphone mode, you can actually save on the batteries. But they're saying that the batteries that are in there, I can't really pull it much further, it's just pulling between my breasts. The batteries that are in there, there's 3 little button batteries in there, and I've used this almost every day for probably the best part of 18 months nearly, possibly more than that. And the batteries are still going. I don't know if they're ever going to run out. They probably won't, to be honest with you. But this, I was saying to someone recently, this Boya BY-M1 microphone is actually possibly the best investment I've ever made for the channel. Now the Lumix G7 camera was a good buy, but it was quite expensive. But this, for the money, for £15, is the best mic I've ever owned, and it's got the best sound quality of all of them. I've got a couple of Rode mics, I've got some other unbranded ones.
The wireless wasn't too bad.
The Boya wireless was very close second to this, quality-wise, but there was a very, very slight hiss to it towards the end, before it died. But this mic has got such good sound quality, it's brilliant. And if you search Boya BM1 mics on YouTube, you'll find there's a lot of people that use them. They're very, very popular, and for good reason. They are excellent. Oh, Angel's getting into it now.
I asked her.
Ooh. Just reading that. I put a poppy on my t-shirt once and got my nipple pierced at the same time. Good job.
Poppy go right through.
Pierced. Did the poppy go right through?
I thought you pierced it with him.
Yeah. Nice, appreciate it. I have to get one. What did he say? Never heard of him. Right, anyway. Back to my story from earlier, from the beige boxes. So for those of you that are watching now who are, well, whatever. Basically, are we scared of beige boxes? Well, this is a scary one. Now, going back to Vipon. Now, I was going through the site and clicking through and thinking, what cheap crap can I buy to use on the channel? And I need a mouse. Now, I need a mouse for many reasons, because my Rio Toro RGB mouse, which you can possibly almost see there, I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can, I think. That is a cool mouse. There's no two ways about it. It is a cool mouse. It's very expensive, very solid, RGB and all that kind of good stuff, but it's expensive. Now this is a mouse from a company that I've never heard of, so it probably won't work, called Lingyi, L-I-N-G-Y-I. Lingyi? Why are you laughing? Why? What, squinting? I think that's what it says anyway. Have a look. That might even focus. Is it focused?
No.
Don't press it. Oh, it might focus eventually. Anyway, you get the idea. So basically this is the Lingyi gaming mouse. 6 programs. Oh no, 6 something. Games and Office, white. I think it's supposed to be 6 programmable colours. Right, normally a mouse, if you're buying a mouse, even the basic Microsoft USB wireless, no, USB,
Wired.
what's the thing? Laser mouse. Laser mouse, laser mouse. Most of you won't get that. Yeah, so most mice normally, you're looking at about 10 quid, realistically. For anything which is even remotely half decent, you're looking 10 quid. Microsoft IntelliMouse or whatever, the older ones, 10 quid. Logitech USB mouse, 10 quid. It's 10 quid. These are normally £8. This was again from Yipon, no, Vipon. Getting my things mixed up. This is from Vipon, basically 50% off as a flash sale. So 4 quid. 4 quid delivered. So if you take into account 50p to £1 for delivery, this mouse is going to be £3 worth. So first of all, USB cable. Yeah, okay, it's a USB cable. It's normal size. Feels okay, it's not like super narrow. Now let's see what the mouse is like. Now this is going to be interesting. Now that is not what I expected. That actually looks pretty cool. If you're going for like a stormtrooper look, which, you see what I'm doing? That actually goes really well with that. So we've got like Allen key rivet bolts on the side to hold it together. We've got a button on the top for changing the RGB colours, I guess, or the level of detail. Got a nice scroll mouse, which looks like that lights up as well. Nice. Yeah. Nice clicky buttons. And an extra set of back and forward buttons on the side, which, again, are really nice and clicky, quite tactile, bizarrely. So this is the Lingyi M102 mouse, or M102, 102 gaming mouse. It must be good because it says gaming on it. I don't know if you can see that, if you can pick it up. It might be registering, it might not. We'll find out. No. I think the autofocus has gone a bit pear-shaped on the camera today. Anyway, moving on. So, USB cable, what's that, about 5 foot, maybe. I think there is a USB on there.
No, that's somewhere. You might have your internet on it.
Blackout, I have the Logitech G502. The G502? You mean one of those? Is yours died yet? Because these are both dead. The Logitech G502, possibly, when brand new, maybe the best gaming mouse on the planet. But after a lot of use, they die. They die really easily. We had one, returned it, got another one, that died as well in less than a year, both of them. Ridiculous. Ugh. Mouse. So, what do you reckon? On the camera, Kath, in the bottom corner, there's a thing that says AF. Is it AF on or AF off?
There's no AF. If I click on it,
There, can we see that?
I can't see any AF.
In the bottom corner.
IA. AFF.
Don't worry. So there you go, you get the idea. It's a USB mouse and you can change the colours by pressing the button. What do you reckon? £4? Oh, I shouldn't have plugged that into my live stream. Hey, tell you what though, that actually feels pretty good. Ooh. That might actually become my daily driver. Now on my desk over there I've got a Cooler Master Keys Light RGB. I've got the Rio Toro there. But I don't know, this feels actually... I don't know if it's because it's cheap, it feels good. Because I'm used to cheap.
It's got the cat on it.
Kath's got the... No, actually Kath's using what is possibly one of the best mice I've ever used. Now, that is the Microsoft Laser Mouse 3000. Which was almost an OEM type deal. You had to, it was a really struggle to get one, but it's got the perfect balance, ambidextrous, buttons both sides, exactly the same, but it was a laser rather than an infrared. So it was like super responsive on any surface. But you can't buy them anymore, otherwise I'd buy another one. Anyway, I'm digressing. And what do I do with the chat box? Come on, chat box, where you gone? Where does the chat box even appear? Okay. Ah, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so there was the live unboxing of the brand new Lingyi M102 gaming mouse, which I think actually, because for that's £4. Do you know what I mean? That is £4. And that actually looks pretty sleek. Again, Christmas presents for young people or someone you don't like. Get them a cheap ass mouse from Vipon and let them deal with the Beige box monstrosity. But actually saying that, it feels alright. It feels alright. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Right, so let's go back to some questions, and there was some other stuff I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was. I think I covered most of it. I'm looking on my board to see my notes, my show notes, believe it or not. There are actually notes. I do kind of plan these things a little bit, but unfortunately the show notes are actually from last week's show. So we can talk about Article 13 again. We can talk about blocking copyrighted content, or what else do we want to do? Oh, actually that was a question I was going to do. Yeah, I talked about the Vipon discount site. Facebook 3D pictures. Now, being that 1 in 2 people have, are allegedly daily users of Facebook, have you seen the 3D pictures on Facebook? Let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to see if you've actually seen them, whether you've actually noticed them. So these mostly are applicable to tablet or mobile phone users. So basically when you're holding the phone with a 3D picture, if you tilt the phone, you can actually, the image moves like a 3D image. So you can see around it and that kind of thing. Not like a 360 image where you see like the kind of all around, but the image actually has some depth to it. Mike, say hello to Peanut and Emma. Peanut is a hamster.
Oh, did she like the mouse?
Hello Peanut and hello Emma. Is Emma not a hamster? I guess, Emma's probably your partner, right? My bad. Sorry, Emma.
Did Peanut like the new mouse?
Did Peanut like the mouse, or was it scared of the mouse? Hamsters and mice, do they get on? Do they have babies and have houses? Or mousters? Emma is my wife and she hates tech. Good on you, Emma.
And Peanut did like it.
Peanut liked it. Awesome. Okay, so going back to the Facebook 3D pictures thing. Now, I've seen a couple of them and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty good. I didn't quite get it at the time. I just thought it's just a clever thing. But actually, it is a thing that Facebook are rolling out, 3D pictures. Now, if you've got a camera on your iPhone 7 Plus or above, a dual camera, one that takes kind of like, you know, the portrait depth of, you know what I mean, depth of field and all that sort of malarkey. So if you've got a camera which will do that, you can download the Facebook 360 app, weirdly, because it's not a 360, it's, anyway. Basically, you can go to Facebook 360, search them out on Facebook, join their group. If you join the group, you can then go to your camera app and select 3D picture. You can then take a picture or use one of the ones you've already taken using the portrait mode on an iPhone. Doesn't work on Android yet, only iPhone, which is an absolute real pain in the backside because my iPhone 7 Plus, which I'd bought week before last possibly, it had an iTunes lock on it, so I had to send it back to Envirophone, which I'm a bit pissed off about, but still better to send it back and hopefully get a refund rather than have a locked phone, or locked phone until February next year, which is just, it's not good enough really. They should be checking for things like that, but still. I digress. So I really wanted to do a video on how to make Facebook 3D pictures. I thought that's a great thing because it's new, it's relevant, people like doing pictures and stuff, so I'll make a video showing people how to do it. And I couldn't because I didn't have the camera. So, bugger. So yeah, have you tried it? Have you done a 3D picture on Facebook? If you have, let me know. Did it go well? Now let's go back to Paul Donaldson's comment earlier. The OnePlus 6T. Should Apple and Samsung be worried? No. I'm going to say, for the reason being that the OnePlus 6T, despite being a lot of things to many people and being brimming with new technology, it still isn't Apple and it isn't Samsung and it isn't running pure Android. If they'd have put a pure Android skin on it or joined the Android One program, I think that would have scared a few more people. The thing is with OnePlus, with their custom skin, I think it was based on, I'm trying to think what it was based on. I think it's like Oxygen or one of those Cyanogens or one of those kind of different OSs. So it's not really, it's not pure Android, it's a skin of Android. And I think some people will be worried about how it's going to be updated or how regularly it's going to be updated. At the moment, OnePlus has been really good and they've updated pretty quickly. But I think that's always an issue, especially with anything which is expensive, because it's an investment. If you get a Pixel 2, Pixel 3, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get updates as quick as possible, and you're paying for the privilege. Same with an iPhone. You buy an iPhone 10, even the older iPhones now, you're pretty much guaranteed if there's an iOS update, you're going to get it. You may not get it immediately, but you're going to get it. it'll roll out to everybody. Until Android, well, actually, that's another port of the news, actually. Until Android really kind of tighten it down and screw it down and say, right, if you're using Android operating system, you must do timely updates because people are genuinely concerned about their security. Now, I've made a few videos about this, about the Huawei phone, which my Huawei phone would still normally be on 7.12 rather than Pi, because they just won't update it, which is ridiculous. There's no reason why they shouldn't. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but it can be done. It's not rocket science. People have done it. People have released custom ROMs that you can do it with. So it can be done, but Google have now issued a mandate to, I think it's all users of Android operating system after, I think it's January the 1st. If they install it after January the 1st, they are then legally required to provide updates within 3 months of release. So if, say for instance, Android Pi comes out on the 1st of January, they would have until kind of like the end of March to make sure that their device is ready and able to take the update to that within 3 months. I've made a real balls up of explaining that, haven't I think? But basically, yeah, they're going to put a financial incentive or whatever, so that if manufacturers don't do it, they actually will be fined by Google for not updating the software, which I actually think is a really good move, and it will force manufacturers to do things better. Android have always had a thing called Treble, which allowed the kind of operating system, the updates and other bits to be separate, so you could update it easier. Now with Pi, that is more of a thing, so hopefully manufacturers will update devices more quickly and prevent stuff going bad. But then again, a lot of the time updates actually kill things, like the iOS 12 updates have done to the iPhone 7 Pluses and 7s and 8s, with the amount of people that contact me on a daily basis saying, my iPhone microphone doesn't work anymore, I did an update, it doesn't work. And it's like, wow, I cannot believe how many people's iPhones are having problems. It's unbelievable, it genuinely is. I don't think it'll be long until there's a class action lawsuit against Apple, or like a recall where everyone gets their devices replaced, or at least some sort of trade-in value, because it is happening on a massive scale. I don't know if there's any of you out there using an iPhone, either a 6 or a 7 or any of the newer ones. Have you had problems with your microphone, or in fact that's possibly why you've even found the channel, because of searching for that? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to drink some beer. What's that? What's going on with the dislikes? Have I got loads of dislikes?
6.
6? Oh man, that's rubbish. Come on guys, I had 8 last time. Man up. Put your money where your mouth is and give me those dislikes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking to. It's actually good because based on the current YouTube algorithm, if you get dislikes and likes and they're kind of equal measure, it means that your views or your video is polarizing. So it has appeal to two sides and also generates comments and kind of feedback and stuff. So dislikes are great, so knock yourselves out. You're helping the channel. Thanks guys.
Mike, can you tell Emma?
Can I what?
Tell Emma.
Oh, have I missed that?
Donaldson.
Where does it say that?
Just above the dislikes.
Okay, sorry, I'm just reading the comments. I will be back momentarily. Mike, can you tell Emma she hates the fact that a system can't all be in one box. Emma hates that wireless does not mean wireless. I don't get that. She hates the fact that a system can't be in one box. Emma hates that wireless does not mean wireless. Well, wireless is a very kind of subjective term, isn't it? You can have half of a system be wireless and it'd be called wireless. And you could even go back further to say the first radios, which were called wireless when they actually had lots of wires. Bizarrely. Although I was expecting by now to have wireless electricity by induction, which they have done, and I'm pretty sure I didn't dream it. I'm pretty sure it's a real thing that I've seen a wall-mounted TV which was wireless for both for everything. It basically took power via induction. Did I see that? Am I dreaming?
I don't know.
Was that a dream? It might have been a dream. No, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. A genuine, actual wireless television. 7 dislikes. Yay, got another one. Life of Tech. Hello, Life of Tech. Oh, bless it. Life of Tech. Now, I have to refresh my memory. Life of Tech. Now, did you ask me the question or comment on the question of the Lumix G7 HDMI output? I think you possibly did. No, Angel, you can't have a wireless TV for Christmas. Life of Tech, thank you. Now, everybody, Life of Tech, seriously, check out his channel. I'm going to get Kath to bring it up in a minute now on there just to make sure that it is the one. I'm pretty sure it's the channel I looked at during the week, and it is amazing. His attention to detail, his B-roll. If you like Hardware Canucks and you like their kind of stuff, imagine that taken to another level, and that is what Life of Tech is all about. Yeah, that's it. Kath just got it up. It's
Is it okay to post his page?
yeah. Is it okay if we post your page in the comment section so people can visit your channel? Oh, bless. He's give us a like. Yeah, that was me. Hey, no problem. It's Life of Tech. Seriously, if you like technology channels, well, you might do. I'm not sure. The fact that you're watching this one means you like possibly something. It may not be tech, but it's something. Maybe someone murdering a YouTube video. But anyway, I digress. Life of Tech. Check it out. Seriously, seriously good content. And I was blown away. There's no, like, I think we're at a very similar subscriber count at the moment, but I can't see why you're not on kind of 500,000 to 1 million subs, because your content is absolutely spot on, and your kind of level of perfection is just, I aspire to be as good as your channel. It really is that good. Oh, send the money in the post. Right, I better, now that I've stopped kissing Life of Tech's butt, I better get on and answer some other questions. Blackout, do you guys still play 2 Point Hospital? No, Kath actually completed it. Round of applause for Kath for completing 2 Point Hospital. That was so well done. Yeah, she's completed it 2 point, need more levels. Now, what was I going to say? I was going to say something.
2 Point Hospital.
2 Point Hospital, 2 Point Hospital. Yeah, 2 Point Hospital, I kind of got to the point with it where it was very kind of, it became very cramped, and some of the levels, they just deliberately made it so it was difficult to build stuff, which for me is like, the whole point of playing a game is a little bit of escapism, a little bit of fun, and some level of a challenge. You don't want it to be like hard as nails, so like it's frustrating, or like you're pulling it, well,
And
not.
it got to a certain point where there was no more upgrades or any new
Yeah.
equipment, and
There was,
felt
it got to a point where there was kind of no upgrades, and it was like almost like a sudden stop, where you got to a
It's
point
huge.
and it's like you had all this money built up and you had all these things and it's like, well, that's it. The game's finished. I can't progress any further. It's like I have become the black belt, whatever, in hospital management. Yeah, and it was ridiculous. Seema Knight, hi. Only watching for Kath. Right, Kath, come round. Come on. Come on. Yeah, Blackout saying the same thing. It was a ridiculous thing, really. The game.
It's good.
It was a good game, and the premise was fantastic, and the way they executed it was brilliant.
Sandbox mode.
They brought out a new sandbox mode, which actually I think is going to breathe more life into the game. So you can basically pretty much do whatever you want, set your own challenges, set your own things,
But you can do that.
and do whatever you want.
Levels anyway.
But once you've completed the levels, you can do that anyway. So it's kind of, I guess for some people it's still good because if they haven't completed it, it opens up a whole world of things where they can create what they want. But I think it needed a few more challenges and maybe a few more illnesses. And that's probably actually why we stopped playing the original Theme Hospital, because it kind of got to the point where it actually became slightly repetitive and monotonous, and you'd cure the same people, and there comes to a point where the humour is kind of worn off a little bit, and it's like, it was fun.
Like a real job.
Yeah, it became like a real job rather than actually being something fun. Although saying that, I keep on going back to Counter-Strike Counter-Strike Go. I went back again last night, and I don't know what it is about that game. Whether it's not because I started playing it, like back in 2001, maybe 2000, even 99 possibly. Actually, yeah, no, before that, wasn't it?
Pregnant with George.
Yeah, Kath was pregnant with George, and George is 20, so yeah, 90, 98, 97 I was playing Counter-Strike. So I've been playing that for a long time, and still playing it now. And
I was pregnant with Angel, so it's 99 with George Tail.
yeah, because George thinks that the Counter-Strike music is actually womb music. Although he also thinks that Faster Love is womb music by George Michael, but that's another story. So, yeah, the sandbox on the... oh dear, where's it all going? The sandbox in Theme Hospital is actually... It's one of those things which I'm kind of in two minds of whether I even want to revisit it again, because it is a really good game, but it's just so frustrating. The early levels were really good because you're really struggling to research new medicine and research new procedures and new rooms, and you really feel like it's like, yes, I'm getting somewhere. Oh yeah, I've got this new room, or I've got this new doctor, I've got this new skill. But then it gets like dunk, and there's no kind of warning that you're getting towards the end of the level, or you're getting towards the end of the game. It's just like, bang,
It's like 6
And that's it.
levels of nothing new.
and then it's just like it's the same stuff over and over, which I think is a bad. Life of Tech. Paul Donaldson actually has asked, in the hospital game does Jeremy Hunt appear? No, but there's quite a few different hunts that are about. Life of Tech, you may very quickly change your opinion of me, but do you play Fortnite? Yes, I do actually. I have played Fortnite. I actually started playing it mostly to actually create YouTube videos because it was a free game and I could install it on anything I wanted, and it was actually quite a good representation of how games performed on different hardware. But now that Fortnite has been coded more so to favour NVIDIA hardware, it's a little bit of an unfair comparison in some respects. Although it does make life easier, because if someone says, I want a PC and I want to play Fortnite, it's like, right, okay, you need that. And it makes life a lot simpler. It's when they say, oh, right, I want to play Fortnite, but I also like Far Cry. And it's like, oh, God, here we go. Now I'm going to have to explain the differences in architectures. But anyway, but Fortnite, I will be completely upfront and honest. The premise for Fortnite and the look and feel of Fortnite is fantastic. The way they've managed to create such a massive group of players and potential customers, I think is brilliant. But for me, I don't like the gameplay. I don't know why. I just don't like the gameplay. The whole building aspect of it in a first-person shoot 'em up is completely insane. And I know how they came to the conclusion, because basically they were in the same position where they created years ago like Unreal Tournament, Unreal, all those kind of games, all the first-person shoot 'em ups, but they needed something to be a little bit different. And they had the kind of the whole Roblox and what's the other building game? Minecraft, things like that. So they've kind of just thrown those genres together and hoped and prayed that they could make something out of it, which luckily they have, and they've made a massive amount of money for it, and they've just had a big crowd-funded or whatever, the big investment into the game, 1.5 million or 1.5 billion or some crazy amount. So they're definitely making some money. But for me, as a first-person shoot 'em up kind of veteran almost, I don't like the building side of it. I quite like the idea of things like in Counter-Strike when they used to have a shield. A shield's great, but to actually build a massive stack of bricks or whatever, just it seems too much. Whether it's because I'm older and I find it hard to kind of do all those things at the same time, I don't know. But saying that, I've gone back to Counter-Strike again, like I said last night, and I was getting quite a few kills against a wide range of players. So I don't think it's my reaction time. I just think it's my brain doesn't work in a thing that, oh, I need to get there, I'll build a little road, or I need to build a shelter here to block off this fire. It just seems a little bit too much of a building game and less of a fighting game. I kind of like the idea of stealth and choosing the right weapon and waiting your time, or if you've got a strong weapon, going in all guns blazing. But with Fortnite, even if you go in all guns blazing, all you got to do is build stuff in front of it, which kind of, yeah, not it's not for me. It looks great, and I still play it, or at least try to play it, but I just cannot get to grips with it. I've tried playing it without the building stuff at all, and just literally doing it as a first-person shoot 'em up without those other bits. And you can get by, and you can actually, I can normally finish within the last, well, the better half, put it that way. But yeah, it's an odd game. I think it's one of those games that some people it just clicks with and it makes sense, but for me, it doesn't. I don't know why. And that actually annoys me to some extent, because most games I can get in and I can play straight away. I found the same thing with Battlefield 5 actually. I don't know if any of you have played the beta of that when it came out. Battlefield 5 felt very much like Fortnite in a weird way, in the respect that there was too much control. You could do too many things. You had the first person shoot 'em up elements, which, yeah, it's great, but it seemed there was too much other stuff you could do. So it wasn't suited to playing on a keyboard and mouse. It was more joystick orientated, so you had to use like the D-pads and all the buttons possible to try and work out what was going on in the game. Whereas for me, I prefer to keep it simple, like Unreal Tournament, Counter-Strike Source. I don't need all those things. All I want to do is jump, duck, run, and fire. As long as I can do those, I'll be happy. And I don't know if it's me getting old or not, but what do you think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Oh, who's on Discord. Good one. Okay, just had a look on the Discord server chat, and Glenn has sent a design for the t-shirt, which which I don't know if Kath can you copy and paste that in? No. Yeah, copy and paste that into the.
It's not copied. It's just.
Okay, we can't do that.
Can you do it on the Facebook group?
It's a t-shirt with a graphics card on the front with a Arctic Cooling logo and a hammer
I like it.
and nails, and it says "nailed it," and on the back it just says Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. But he's actually been very clever there, because he's taken the Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To logo from the first iteration of the channel, where it was a little bit more black and white, kind of stylized. So yeah, very clever. I like it. That will definitely go into the list of possibles. So again, if you've got any ideas for t-shirts, the ruder the better. In all seriousness,
Discord or a Facebook group.
Stick it on our Facebook group, or stick it on the Facebook groups, Discord group, or even with the old-fashioned email. Hey.
Apple Donaldson wants to know, Emma hates the fact that there are lots of boxes in the living room, and why can't there just be one? She calls it my control centre, like something out of Star Trek.
Okay, let's go back to, I'll just finish off what I was saying with that. So, Life of Tech, he's playing with channels which are bigger than his, playing Fortnite, which I still can't, I don't get it, I really don't get it. I wish, if I spent more time and wanted to learn it more, I think I probably would get into the point where it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. But at the moment, it frustrates me, and I don't have the time to kind of dedicate to it. Maybe if I've won the lottery this weekend, then I might have a bit more time to dedicate to it. But although playing Fortnite in a jacuzzi is probably not the greatest of ideas, especially when you're in the middle of a beach. Anyway, so Paul Donaldson, Half-Life 2 is the best game ever. Half-Life 2 is like such a missed opportunity. Why did Half-Life 3 never come out? That is all the gaming community have ever wanted. Half-Life 3. Basically finish what you started. I don't know how Gabe Newell actually manages to sleep. His letterbox and his email and his Facebook accounts and his Twitch and his Twitter and all that, it must be just a ping, 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 ping all the time. Where's Half-Life 3? Where's Half-Life 3? Where's Half-Life 3? But it doesn't look like it's ever going to happen. They've kind of thrown it under the bus, which is bizarre. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So Half-Life 2, yeah, Half-Life 2 pretty much for most people is where it started. Half-Life 2, especially like on the PlayStation, I think, with the orange box. That was when it jumped from PC kind of being a cult thing almost to being mainstream. The orange box did a massive deal for that. And also, I suppose, Team Fortress as well is probably partly responsible for that. But anything built on that engine, the Source engine or the older engine, is brilliant. And I want Half-Life 3. Why wouldn't they give it to me? I think actually, in all seriousness, if I don't get to play Half-Life 3 before I die, I actually will be genuinely upset. That is like a life goal, or at least it was, until Gabe Newell took it from me. Oh dear. Right, okay, I think that is pretty much time to wrap up there. How long we've been, blimey, that's almost 2 hours, you crazy kids. You keeping me drinking and unboxing stuff. So, hopefully, what's the date now? It's 3rd of November, so next week will be the 10th, which we may or may not be able to do. I'm looking at the 10th Saturday. Yep, actually, yes, we should be right for the game for next Saturday. So if you want to join us again next Saturday for a little drink and a talk about absolute rubbish and maybe look at some more useless beige box stuff, and maybe I'll have another fan. You never know. And I may actually be making some BMW videos about my 3 Series, which no doubt is going to need stuff doing to it. So look out for those. Paul Donaldson has asked a quick question. Is your house smart? It's not smart enough. It used to be. It used to be a lot smarter. I used to have a robot vacuum which used to go vacuum the house every morning and some nights. But unfortunately, I had a terrible... Now this is a terrible thing. If you're ever thinking about getting a smart house and getting like automation and all that stuff going, think very carefully about getting a robotic vacuum if you've got animals, especially pets that have a tendency to have a crap in the house at any point, because a robotic vacuum does not know that poo is not a vacuumable substance, and it will spend great hours and minutes wiping that crap all around your kitchen floor, your carpet, and anything else is programmed to clean. So when you get up in the morning and you expect to see your nice clean shiny floor and your nice little robot on its charging dock, charging up his batteries ready for his next adventure, you come down to see it and it looks like, you know that thing when like you let your kids loose with the chocolate biscuits, they got all that chocolate all over their face and all that? Well, essentially that was what my kitchen and hallway looked like. It was covered in crap everywhere. And I then spent probably the next hour trying to clean the debris of feces from my robotic vacuum. Now, I like robotic vacuums, don't get me wrong, I like them, I think they're great. But you don't want to be clearing out little bits of poo from the little knobbly tire treads on your robotic vacuum. That is something no tech enthusiasts should have to go through.
And warning of kickboards to the kitchen.
Oh yeah, not to mention kickboards, because you know those robotic vacuums, they're vicious bastards. They've got those little spinning things on the outside which flick stuff around. So not only do you get it all on the bit on the bottom, the roller, the vicious bastards flick that shit all around the site, all around your kickboards. It's everywhere. And do you know what? Who has to get on the floor and clean it up? Oh yeah, Mike, because you're the tech guy. No, I'm the guy cleaning shit from my kitchen from my stupid ass robot vacuum. So definitely, if you want a robot vacuum, keep it upstairs or nowhere near a kitty litter.
That they may miss.
Hopefully that has cleared that up for you.
Big clear apart.
So my house is smart. Maybe I'm the one who's not so smart for mixing cat poop and robot vacuum together. That's probably a bad idea. Guitar Prog rocks off. It was an interesting stream. He or she, I can never tell. Because when you have a name like Guitar Prog Rock, that could be male or female. And I know we shouldn't be in this kind of like, oh, you've assigned a gender to me, but it troubles me. I'm like 40 something. I don't know any different. This is a modern world and it scares me. So yeah, enjoy your dog walking. And if you're walking the dogs, make sure they poop outside the house so your robotic vacuum doesn't splatter it around the room and it look like a scene out of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So, hopefully that has answered your question. Hopefully I've been moderately, even partially entertaining. And thank you all for joining us on a Saturday evening. Don't forget, if you want to get a Mikesunboxing t-shirt, you can look really stylish. Go to mikesunboxing.tmail.com and you can order one, and a little bit of the proceeds from the sale of that t-shirt goes back towards helping this channel and supporting me and Kath. And like I said before, Lord knows we need the support. So thanks all for joining. Thank you everybody who's taken part, Life of Tech and a few other new faces that we've seen tonight. It's been very enjoyable. I've enjoyed myself. Hopefully you have too. And we will see you in the very next video. Thanks for watching. Good night all. Say good night, Kath.
Night.
This is the part in the video where I struggle to find the end stream button. Especially when it's covered up with a notification. There it is. Stop streaming. Good night everyone. Thanks for watching.